It's Sarah from Losing It For Me 42 with my week 32, 33. It'll be in the description. I tell you, once you get into the 20s, you start losing track. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 26th, 2016. My high weight was 389, and that was in April of 2016. My surgery weight was 324. I came at you last week at 250 on the dot, and this week I am 248.2 or 4. 2 or 4. I don't remember. It was a 1.4 pound loss for the week. I know that. So whatever that equals. 6? I don't know. I just worked for 12 hours without a lunch break, and I am really burnt. So, and that kind of sums up what my week's been like. Work is super busy, super crazy, super stressful. There's just a lot up in the air with, like, we're very, very, very busy. The July 4th is a very, like, that and Labor Day are our two biggest days, and so things are just crazy, and we're shorthanded, and there's other stuff going on, and meh. So work is crazy. Work is absolutely balls to the wall, fucking crazy. I am totally being blinded to death. Sorry, the lighting is terrible. The sun is setting. So work is fucking crazy and ridiculous. I'll be blinded for you guys. Then home is just as crazy and unpredictable. I've kind of talked a bit about having to, living with somebody who has a lot of anxiety and is struggling right now, and how that affects me, and it really has been affecting me more and more. I am totally, sorry guys, hold on, maybe I can pop. There, better lighting. So, living with somebody who's going through all of this really stressful, really, bad time is taking a toll on me, and it's making me stressed, and it's making me anxious, and I'm having more and more, anxiety attacks. Last night was a pretty bad one. I had a single thought, flip through my head, and then suddenly that's all I could think about, and I have a tendency to get anxious over if I had made a mistake and not having the answer, and even when I had the answer that I didn't make a mistake, I still felt really anxious, and I felt nauseous, and I didn't want to eat, and in general, it's just really, when I get like that, it's just really, really bad. Nothing makes anything better. And even, getting to sleep last night was super, super, super hard, because even after that, because the way that it works for me is that thought that went just a little, like this, suddenly becomes a tornado in my head and just goes round, and faster and faster, and louder and louder and louder, and faster and faster and faster, until I'm just yeah. And the post attack for me is, it goes from tornado, just whipping gale force winds around my brain, to lazy river, where it's just kind of I'm still here, I'm not as intense, so, crazy, stressful, hard time. But I'm dealing. I'm very happy. I know under all of it, I love my life. I'm very content in a large aspects of my life. The parts that I'm not, I'm working on to make better. I'm trying to get help for my loved ones so that way it's, they're not suffering anymore. It's really hard for me to watch them suffer, and I'm trying to do everything I can to make them feel better. And, between work and home, both being super chaotic, super stressful, that's kind of how I feel. So, I'm hanging in there. Food-wise, I have now completed a week of green smoothies. What I will call, I will call it the natural carb lifestyle, where I'm letting carbs into my diet. I'm not doing low carb. I'm doing natural carb, and as long as it's natural, aka coming from nature, and bread does not come from nature, it's okay into my diet. And that's going really well, for the most part. I'm hugely surprised I had a loss this week, because every day I have a green smoothie for breakfast, and then I have a big ass salad for lunch, and sometimes I have a piece of fruit for snack or a hard-boiled egg, but I have been having fruit more than a hard-boiled egg. I should bring my hard-boiled egg. But, so I've been doing that, and that's perfect. Like, all day long, I'm sated, I'm satisfied, I have plenty of salad, it gets me through the day, I'll munch on salad, and then I'll come back and munch on salad again, and it just totally gets me through the day, and my calories are great, and everything's wonderful. And then I get home, and then it's like nothing I've ever experienced before. I want to eat everything. I don't know if it's because my home life is super horrible, chaotic, and so and like emotionally stressful that I'm emotionally eating. I don't know. I feel hungry. I am snacking. I don't feel satisfied. I can eat a lot. Like, even when I just have like protein, like I'll have the meat of the dinner and I can eat like 8 ounces. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this? I can totally eat 8 ounces of it, and I'm just like, I don't even know. I feel hungry, and I don't know what's really causing it. I did pull out Dr. Weiner's book, A Pound of Cure, again. I was looking through it. Now that vegetables aren't so, I don't know, scary to me. Now that, like, incorporating in my diet, it doesn't seem as, like, I don't know, overwhelming. When I originally got it, I was like, oh, this is going to be really hard, and I can't do this, and I wasn't in the mindset for it. Now I am. I pulled it out, and I started reading it to get ideas, and one of the things he did note in the book was that if you are hungry at night, make yourself a green smoothie before eating dinner. And that is something I will try. I think I'll meal prep a few of them next week. It's right now, by the time I get home, I don't want to make food, let alone make a smoothie on top of it. So I will try next week to see if that helps, because right now I go home and it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. I'm kind of concerned about the sugar. I don't eat sugar, like even natural sugars. I've really stayed away from sugar in general. Like, I was having a piece of fruit for a while before I really went crazy. And when I came back to sanity, I I didn't take the piece of fruit out. I just didn't do a piece of fruit. And now that I've put fruit in my diet, I think I'm craving like sweets. Like today, I wanted a candy bar like nobody's business, and I haven't really wanted candy in like a long time, and I really wanted a candy bar. By the way, not worth it. Not worth it. And reminded me that like sometimes, I will admit, sometimes you have to have things to remind yourself they're not what you want them to be. You build it up in your head and you're like, oh, this will be awesome. This will be amazing. And then you have it and you go, meh, that sucked. Or that not worth it. So this was my candy bar, not worth it. I did eat the whole thing though. Oh my God. I will tell you, like the moment it hit my lips, I was like, ah! I was like, I'm gonna savor. No, there was no savoring. There was like, shove it in faster. So that was not pleasant. I wonder if, because I've been having not only the fruit with the smoothie, but then I'm having a piece of fruit, if it's just too much sugar. Like, that my body is starting to crave sugar because of it. I don't know. Matthew Weiner's book does talk about, like, that. Not that, but, like, does talk about, like, if you're craving sugar, have natural sugars. Knowing me and knowing how I've been in this process, I've tried a bunch of stuff. I don't know if that's the best advice. I don't know if because I don't think I'm going to have an apple or a orange and go, yay. Not that I don't enjoy those things. I do. It's just that when I'm having those cravings, that's not, I don't think that's going to satisfy what my brain is desiring. So I think I might try to peel back some fruit. But I've really rather enjoyed how I'm eating, what I'm eating. It's very satisfying. I find it very, I find I have energy. I have had a lot of bouts of dizziness. So I may be lacking in sodium. I may add salted, like, raw nuts to my diet just so that way I can get some more sodium. I've had a lot of, like, real bouts of spinniness. So I'm thinking I'm probably low on sodium. But other than that, that's been pretty good. Doing a lot of soul searching. Really trying to find, especially because things are just so bad and chaotic and just a mess everywhere else. I'm really trying to focus in on what I want from my life and where I want to go. I've had a couple of really good moments where I can see the weight loss. I've now officially hit like 140. Yesterday it was 141 plus, but today it's 140.8, I think. But like, it's 75 pounds since surgery, and it's 140 pounds since last year, and goddamn, 140 pounds. Like, people ask me, like, how much weight have you lost now? And I'm like, a lot. I won't tell people because I find, like, saying that number out loud to, like, people who don't know, because I'm a secret sleever. So, like, for people who don't know, are I feel like they'll fall over and think there's something wrong with me or something, because that's just such a huge number. And it's not that I'm not proud of it. I'm a private person. I don't even like talking about my weight publicly. as I talk to you two. But like, I don't like one-on-one unless I'm talking to somebody else who is also going through the process of losing weight. I don't like to talk about my weight. I find it very uncomfortable. My weight has always been something that was always when people talked about it, it was always a negative thing. So I don't like to talk about my weight with, random people at work or something like that. I go, oh my God, how much weight? A lot. I'm like, a lot, thank you. And I'm very gracious about it. And it's usually anytime I wear fitted clothes or anything that's kind of like actually fits me, people go like, oh my God, because I think they realize like how, like they see the change, because I wear a lot of like baggier clothes that they don't see the long-term like change. And then suddenly I'm wearing something that actually fits me, and they're like, oh wow, you just dropped like 10 pounds just by pulling your shirt in. But things have been good. I'm very upbeat and positive about, my approach to everything. I think I really got into and I made a video about this, but I think I really got into the timetable, and then, no, don't, dude, I'll get over. You don't have to get over. Poor runner. He's like running into the woods, and I'm like, no. But, for a while there, I got really caught up in the timetable of like a year, and I really got caught up in the numbers and was like, ugh. Like even now, I weighed in this morning, and I've been weighing in constantly throughout the week at one weight, which I thought was weird because I fluctuate like crazy. I'm a daily weigher. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't give me emotional things. I like to see the fluctuation, and I fluctuate wildly. And it's nice to know that I fluctuate wildly, so that way, if I weigh in the end of a week, if I weighed in weekly, I would be like, what the fuck, dude? And it's like, oh yeah, yesterday you were like 3 pounds lighter. It's fine. But I've been weighing in less all week, and then I got on the scale today. I was like, dude, it's weigh-in day. Like, really? You had to spike up now? And like, part of my bad brain, bad thinking about stuff was like, do I go off of the weight that I've been weighing in all week? Is this just a fluctuation up because I had soup last night that had salt in it, and I probably am just retaining water? And I was like, dude, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I could be in the plus category and it wouldn't matter. I've done everything I'm supposed to do for the week. Like, okay. Nighttime snacking has not been everything I'm supposed to do. But, like, I've been incorporating good things into my diet. I have to figure out nighttime. But I've been incorporating all these good things in my diet. I have not been exercising in the least bit. My girlfriend is now starting a new personal trainer, and his rates are a lot more reasonable than her last personal trainer, and I'm very much considering it. Now that I know what's wrong with my back, because originally I was like, I'm not doing it until I know what's wrong with my back, because I don't want them to tell me to do something that could hurt me even more. Now that I know what's wrong with my back, I'm very much considering doing a personal trainer. I think I need the kick in the ass to actually get moving, because like at this point I'm scared shitless. Every time I've tried to exercise, my back hurts again for like a week or more, and I don't know why, and it drives me crazy. I feel very frustrated in the pain category. Like, I felt like my pain doctor's a really nice doctor. I really like her. I really felt like we were trying different things, but I tried a bunch of things and nothing worked. And I got really discouraged about it because nothing worked. And so I feel like, is going back to her going to do anything? Am I going to have to get to the point where they do the shots? They don't want to do the shots because it's where I'm injured. It would be very difficult, and I would not have as much relief if it was somewhere else. So, yeah, I'm like, I don't, and then they're like, there's only so much, with steroids, there's only so much they can do, so many times they can do it. So, like, it's not a solution, because eventually I will be back in pain and not have any solution. So, yeah. Bunch of little kids. So not sure where to go from there. I'm feeling very frustrated on the pain front, but what can you do? I am seeing my weight loss a lot more. I've been really embracing, like, looking at my body, taking photos of my body, taking photos of my skin, taking photos of my fat, and, like, some of it, I actually got up a little bit of the balls to post a little bit on Instagram, and I kind of am thinking about doing more. I never thought I would do a skin flick, and I'm not sure I would do one here, but I think I may share photos on my Instagram. Reasons. My Instagram is locked, or private, or whatever you want to call it, and, like, I've only let people who are on a weight loss journey, like, I look at your profile, unless your profile says something about weight loss, or I can get from your photos, if your profile's not locked, that you're on some kind of weight loss journey, I do not add you. Because I get a lot of random people, and I'm just like, I don't know you. We don't share anything that I can see in common. I'm not going to add you. But my Instagram is locked, so that way I can, I feel slightly more comfortable, even though, it is still public, kind of. But I think it may come a point where it is a thing I have to embrace about my journey, is coming comfortable with my body. And that is with all the stuff that I'm uncomfortable with. And I think that might be a part where I have to go, like, I'm not, like, even if, like, somebody I know personally saw this, I wouldn't be ashamed of it. And I think that's the part that I think I need to come to terms with, and I think that's why I feel the need to post. Like, I want to share with people, but I feel like I need to get there. I need to get to the point where I'm not ashamed of it if somebody I actually know ever saw it. And I think I'm getting there. I do. I think that it's, it's a hard place to get, but I think I'm getting there. Because I constantly, every time I feel bad or whatever, I tell myself, well, that comes with 140 pounds weight loss. Like, you've done amazing, and this comes with it. Like, it's not a bad thing. Loose skin is not bad. Is it pleasant? No. Is it, easy to handle? No. But, it's also, it's better than the alternative. I hid myself in clothes before, so wearing slightly baggy clothes now to hide a little, trust me, they're a hell of a lot less baggy, let's just say that. because I have a hell of a lot less to hide. But that's definitely, I think, a part of my journey I feel is coming. But yeah, other than that, working on things, just trying to figure out what works best for me and incorporate it into my lifestyle. I have to figure out nighttime snacking. I do. I should do it sooner rather than later, but I've also had a really long day, and so I'm tired. I just want to not care for a while. But in general, I haven't been doing too bad. I've been doing bad on good things, but not on everything. But okay, guys, until next week.